Greetings.
You all heard the truth. We've survived drought, we've survived floods, plague and fires, and failed harvests. But now, we face a far greater catastrophe.
The Lord be with you. Are you looking for something?
What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
Hey, lad. What do you want? Come here. You're in for an ass-kicking, you piece of shit! Ah!
Dead. And robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of Mutt. Oh, a nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
Will you help an old woman, young man?
Oh, sacra. Someone got here before me.
Hey, what are you loitering around here for, you vagabond? Do you want me to report you for breaking and entering?
And what if I beat you to a pulp instead? What you do then?
You think I'm afraid of you, you scoundrel? The law is on my side, and if you hurt me, the guards will make you pay for it.
You know what? Be on your way and stop bothering me.
Do you want to get the guards involved? Have it your way. Help! Help me!
I've got you. You can't say you weren't warned. You can't just loiter around on other people's property. You'll pay up and show me whether you stole anything. Otherwise, we'll deal with your unruliness on the pillory.
Are you yanking my pizzle, or just really trying to piss me off? You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Shut your trap, you scoundrel! I won't be intimidated by a coward like you. Pay up, or I'll drag you to the pillory myself.
You know what? Fuck you!
That's quite enough. Ha! Come on! And we... Show your stuff!
Don't shove.
Get dressed. You can't just walk around like this.
Hey there, good man. If you're looking for company, come and sit by the fire.
What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
Hey, lad. What do you want? You're in for an ass-kicking, you piece of shit!
A nice bit of venison, and something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Dead, and robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of Mutt. Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
Will you help an old woman, young man?
Has something happened?
My daughter, Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember her. What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
Do you think anyone might want to hurt Pavlena?
These are evil times, Henry. I dread to think what could happen to a young girl alone on the road. And besides, the folk in Troskovitz ain't too fond of us.
There's all sorts of folk around, and the roads can be dangerous. That's true enough.
It's folk that are dangerous, lad.
Pavlena is young and, well, no offence, but you seem a little old to be her mother. Is she really your daughter?
She is. Not by birth, but that doesn't change anything. Her mother died in childbirth, and there was no one but me to take care of her.
Where exactly was Pavlena going?
To Troskovitz. She was taking wicker baskets she'd made. She sells them there and uses the coin to buy what we need. Sometimes it takes her a while, but this time she said she'd be right back. I have a bad feeling about this.
Did it occur to you she might have run off? She's a young girl, and pretty. What kind of life does she have here in the woods? Maybe she wanted to live a little.
You don't know Pavlena. She's not like that. If she wanted to live a little, she'd tell me straight out. She doesn't keep things from me. Don't imagine I keep her here against her will, or that I don't know what it means to be young.
And who was Pavlena's birth mother?
A girl from the charcoal burners. They left the county and I think she had no one else. I buried her myself. No one came for her.
And do you know anything about Pavlena's father?
I don't know who he was. Pavlena's mother was very young, and the fella surely abandoned her when her belly grew. She never told me nothing about him.
Well, as a midwife, I'm sure you've seen it often that, well, that the mother doesn't survive childbirth.
All too often, lad. But that's the lot of women. Or is it any different where you're from?
No, it's not. True enough.
See then? Now, can we just keep our minds on Pavlena?
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. Like I said, she was heading for Troskovitz. You should start looking there.
All right. I'll ask around there for her.
And maybe you could look in her room in the loft. My old legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
So, Pavlena, what have you left for me? Like she got up and went straight out. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here? She's got unfinished work here. I had a look in Pavlena's place in the loft.
And? Did you find anything?
She's got unfinished work there. She weaves baskets.
Aye, she usually has a few on the go, but she took them to the market in Troskovitz. We've got nothing here but what we make ourselves, or find in the woods. Pavlena weaves baskets very nicely. Folk buy them from her.
I found a cap there. A man's cap. I don't suppose Pavlena would wear something like that.
You're saying she had some young man here? I'd surely have noticed.
I don't know, good wife. I'm just saying what I found.
Could she have found herself a beau in Troskovitz?
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, Sakra. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Samin these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks.
It was good to see you, my friend.
I can look if I want, eh? No, you can't, you bastard!
Come on, darling, forget it.
What's going on here?
That prick's ogling my girl.
No, I'm not. But even if I was, he can't get all gobby on me like that.
You're making a scene. Please, let's just go.
The man's right. How can you possibly know where he was looking or what he was thinking?
I've got eyes, haven't I?
No one was staring at me. And certainly not like that.
I saw it.
Look, nobody wants to fight. Especially over something so petty.
Exactly. Thank you. I reckon we should drop it now.
Fuck that. I'll take both of you, you bastards. I'm gonna bash your
What are
face
you
in.
doing?
Stop fighting!
Yeah! Don't spare him! Come on then! I'll rip your ass open!
I hope he doesn't hurt anyone else.
You shouldn't have fucked with me!
Oh, God. He would have... You took something from him.
Now, or I'll call the guard. Who do you think you are? We won't stand for any thievery here. You'll pay us compensation and give everything back. Otherwise, we'll bring the guards into this.
Look, I picked that up because I wanted to keep it. And if you have a problem with that, I'll make short work of you. You'll regret it, woman.
You bastard! Give that back right now, or I'll scream!
I'll return what I stole, but I don't have enough money to compensate you.
I should have known. In that case, we'll go and see the guard.
You know what? Be on your way and stop bothering me.
That's him!
You had
Get him!
Stop fighting!
Filthy
What are you doing? My God! A brawl! Put him in the stocks!
Show your stuff!
Hey!
Wanker! Come on then! The pillory's too good for you. Good man. I'm wounded. Don't think I won't cut you to pieces. You want to try me? You should have yielded. Now we'll display your corpse on the pillory. Show your stuff.
To the stocks.
Punishment by the blade, my No chance. Come on then. I can look if I want, eh?
No, you can't, you bastard!
Come on, darling, forget it.
Where's that beer?
Hail.
It is wise to imitate nature's habits. From dusk till dawn, go at it like rabbits.
Oh, why did I open my mouth?
What would you like?
I'd like something to eat and to spend the night.
I don't know. And for how long?
I'll just stay the night.
It can be arranged. Payments in advance. And I don't want to see any tomfoolery.
He's gone fucking cuckoo. Hear that, folks? Michael has gone stark.
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
Have a drink, old
Vostatek, Lord von Berghoff's huntsman, is a regular here. He might have some work for you. He's got a cottage near Vidlark Pond. So if you know your way round the woods, you could go and offer him your help. But I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. One more thing. You're not going to believe this, but 2 local lads claim they found a water goblin's treasure.
Sharpie Clara never says no. These 2 fine lads gave her a go.
And what did they find there? Are you sure they didn't make it up?
I thought so too at first. They're foolish lads, so I wouldn't be surprised. But then they ordered wine and paid with silver. Their purse was jingling with groschen.
A travelling merchant you had 1 beer with. And as for my meter, listen properly. Sharpie
You have a water goblin here.
says no.
It would be a wonder if we didn't, with all the ponds around. He's got a hut nearby. If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Where did you say the water goblin's hut was?
If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Nobody. Barbarian. Barbarian? Yes, and proud of it.
Would you happen to know where I could find these lads?
They often swim at the other side of the Rock Tower Pond. There's a pier there by the dam. That's their spot.
Any other news?
Recently, a bunch of charcoal burners who have their kilns on the hill above the Kerchak Pond came here to have a beer. I started talking to them and they told me they almost didn't make it.
Why?
They said a pack of wolves came after them.
Aren't wolves afraid of people?
That's what I thought too. It's strange.
Did they tell you where it happened?
In a gorge above the Rock Tower Pond. They noticed the wolves watching them from the rocks. If you climb up those rocks, you'll be able to see the whole pond from there.
Did they tell you how large the pack was?
They mentioned 3 wolves, but God knows if that's all of them.
Since when does the night have ears? And maybe it wouldn't linger on if you got boozed up before bed and then gave your bishop's hat a good polish. It's a mess.
Do you have any more news?
By the way, we've put together this wee fight club here. Would you like to try it?
An ass like you couldn't possibly understand. True.
I don't think that's really for me.
As you wish. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. By the way, old Olbram from Zheleov keeps complaining about the Takovites. If you go and see him, I'm sure he'll tell you more about it. But, well, he takes a bit of getting used to, though.
Oh? What do you mean?
You'll see. I mean, here, and that's pretty much everything.
Thanks, innkeeper. That sounds interesting.
Man Jack can understand, unlike that airy, fairy, lovesick whiny of yours that not even the parish priest can make head or tail of. And he's nearly
My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while. But I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Kopanina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Kopanina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No. But there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
Tell me more about these fights of yours.
It's really quite simple. You bet some money and fight against 3 blokes in turn. Our first fighter is Hans, a local musician. He may not look like much, but he knows a few tricks. Then we have Bohunek here. He works with horses, so he has more than enough strength to spare. And then there's Fiala. A good bloke, but Dorothy, his wife, has forbidden him from fighting.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's not from round here, but...
Let me guess. A dirty ruffian who ain't got a groschen to his name but acts like he owns the bloody place.
He was here then?
Aye, he was. He was larging it up, good and proper, and then he found some lads who paid his bill, unfortunately.
What do you mean by that? Why unfortunately?
Because they're right ruffians who are always up to no good. But still, birds of a feather, eh? In the end, they left like best pals, but I've got no idea where they went.
I just thought of this song. Listen. Shabby Clara never says no. These 2 fine lads gave her a go. And when Clara had enough, they went to see Annie for a bit of rough. Way off, but as my Italian friend says...